Okay, so for 2018, my opinion on what is the best pit class, I have two, and it's basically a catalyst class and a mega potion class, referring to the legendaries, catalyst and mega potion. But the mega potion class, which we'll talk about first, is more team, of course, more team oriented, and the catalyst build will be a little bit more solo flank pips. But the team oriented build I have, this class right here, I feel is going to give you two major impacts on the game from my experience. So the first, well, the only five I have is the reload, and it's obvious. Just hitting two of the champions. That's basically, you know, the cooldown for the potion launcher basically becomes non-existent. You don't notice the last 2 seconds. You know, from you take away, you land this on two champions. That's 6 seconds reduced. Now you only got 2 second cooldown. It's it literally feels like 1 second. So that's obvious why you need this reload card. Without the without it maxed out, I used to have it at 1.8, but this is 1.8 is good, where it's basically at 2 seconds. Four, I feel, is kind of useless. It's in the middle. I don't really like it at four. You either gotta have it at three or you gotta have it at five. I feel so. So for my five, reload, 3 seconds. All you need to do is hit two. You hit all of them. It's immediate. You get it right back. But the bottom side is there's a pattern you have to get used to with throwing the potion. You throw the potion down one time, you get more than two champions, it's gonna come back immediately. You throw that second potion, it's not gonna give you the 3 second cooldowns for each champion hit. The game mechanic, they became a smart ass now that the game officially launched and they don't want glitches. And they're holding all these tournaments. They can't have champions be broken, so that's how they fixed it. You can't constantly throw it down and get these cooldowns. So just keep that in mind. It's a pattern you got to get used to in throwing the potion launcher on top of the glitches, on top of the some of the bugs where you could repeatedly be holding this button down and it won't throw. So the second card in the class is Pep in the Step, and this is really when I just looked at all these cards, I'm surprised that people haven't picked this card. They've usually gone with these explosive flash cards, and I feel these explosive flash cards are good. You know, it's just for a support class, for a support character, you're walking away. It's like you're supposed to be helping, but with these cards, it kind of encourages the pips to go off and do their own thing, and I don't really go do that with something else. Or I feel like these cards are kind of like bad mood cards, where if you're in a bad mood and you're just sick of helping your team, these are what you're gonna use. But but Pep in the Step. At default, this is only 10%, even at 20, I feel that's garbage. It's not really an impact. And anything above 30, you're kind of wasting those points. I feel you're wasting because 40%, all that speed just for 1.5 seconds, too much. 50% too much speed for 1.5. Sometimes I feel I have played games with this at 50, and believe it or not, it encourages your teammate to go off. Oh, I got 50% max speed. Let me go off and do my own thing, and it gives them too much confidence. I feel it sounds silly, but it happens. I have it at 30, mostly because when you look at the in-game the nimble card, when you max that out at its very best, it is 30%. I believe it's around 30%. So with this card, Pep in the Step, you basically become a mini Torvald, not for shields, but for speed. So when you throw your potion and you hit all of them, they get this little boost. They're not even a little boost. This is a huge boost. This is maximum nimble. For 1.5 seconds, each champion, you can hit every last one of them. They get maximum nimble for 1.5 seconds. And with the reload card, you hit two. Remember, all you gotta hit is two champions. It reduces it down to 2 seconds, but believe me, that 2 seconds is nothing. It feels like nothing. You throw this down, you basically got it right back. It's I believe it's even quicker than Ceres, but with Ceres it's more consistent. You can consistently do it in that 2 second, 3 second window. With Pip, you just have to follow the pattern of how the potion works. You throw the first one down, immediate cooldown. You throw that second one down, you gotta wait the original default because they don't want you cheating and just being this instant healer. So that's how they corrected that flaw. So the next card, um, I was kind of fooled into having this a little bit above, like at 30, but you don't really need it that high. In fact, you don't really need this card. I just feel because these last two, these are really massive. But this one, I only need a card that has a level one, that has a one. So basically, I didn't really need this middle card. And every other card with a one that's not a five was really useless. So this middle card was kind of like my useless card that I really didn't need. I didn't want to use Escape Artist. This Escape Artist is really useful at the high levels. At the low levels, at the golds and the platinums, you don't really need this. People aren't that accurate at the low levels, but at the higher levels, probably gonna use this. Not for me. Um, so I just have it at sprint. I have it at the lowest because I don't really need this card. Next, we have Shrewd Move. Shrewd Move. This is probably a really one of the top three cards in Pips um, cards in general. I would say it's top three. In some of my other classes, I have it at 16%. For this, because of my findings on how useless this sprint card is, I increased it to 24. So basically, every elimination, not a kill, elimination is basically you just got an assist. Every elimination, every assist, it's cooled down basically a quarter. Okay, and this is really good. Every elimination, and with Pip's proximity on his potion launcher attack, his primary attack, the explosion of it is so huge. You could, every Pip main knows you could miss every shot, and all it takes is one shot to get an assist with Pip's damage. So this is really good. Shrewd Move. Get this and get it at 3. Don't focus. Whatever you choose for your single middle card for the 1, don't focus on it. Don't increase it. Just keep it at 1 and just keep it as a useless card. Next, and plus the Shrewd Move on top of your potions getting this cooldown. This really helps for like your weightless, your explosive flask. It helps you keep being more well-rounded in your cooldowns instead of focusing on just your healing potion having a good cooldown. Now your weightless has this quarter cooldown every elimination, your flask as well. So it just helps you be more well-rounded. The last one, medicinal excellence, of course, it just goes side by side with the reload. That 24 I feel is the best. If you increase it even to 4, I feel it doesn't really, it gives it a little bit more, but I just feel the 4 and the 5 of this card, medicinal excellence, it's not there. I don't really like it. When I have it at 3, I've seen some impressive distances where I've thrown it down. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna miss that one, but it still lands. Don't underestimate 24%. As weird as it sounds, you want to have it at 5. Your gut's telling you to have it at 5, but you don't need it at 5. Believe me. I've seen it cover some distance at 24 where it's crazy. Keep it at 24. Keep it at 3, and use those 2 extra points to improve Shrewd Move and to keep Pep in your step. Pep in your step and Shrewd Move are really going to help this class a lot. The Shrewd Move keeps you more well-rounded with cooldowns, weightless, explosive flask, and Pep in a step basically makes you a mini Torval, as I said before. Instead of shield, it gives them at 30% speed, 1.5 seconds. Try it out.